Witam serdecznie w kolejnym nagraniu, w którym będę poszukiwał. Nie wiem, ale tu coś było. A czemu on to chce? Może jakiś potwór morski? Tak urządził ten plac. Być może, nie wiadomo. Rękawiczki mam. Mam zadania, dużo. Zaśpiewaj na karaoke. Zaśpiewaj karaoke. Kto zawiadomił MOR o przestępstwie? No ta Sylwia, czy Sylwię, o właśnie, skontaktuj się, używając krótkofalówki, dobra. Zapłacić za szkody, dobrze by było, obejrzeć, zgłosić zaginięcie odznaki, otworzyć pojemnik na śmieci. No dobrze. Aha, jeszcze jedna rzecz. Co to jest? Co ja mogę?
Kurczę, nie wiem, muszę już coś wybrać?
Co to jest? Długa, samotna droga do domu, tymczasowa premia do analizy, +1 encyklopedia, powrót pamięci o wydarzeniach, czas analizy 6,5 godziny, problem rozwiązanie. Aha, tędy. Przewilmy tę taśmę, prześledźmy twoją pijacką drogę do domu, przeskok nad podniesionym mostem nad kanałem na południowy zachód stąd, upadek, powstanie, po 20 minutach schodzisz z asfaltu, idziesz chwiejnie przez podwórza, strasząc małe dzieci, przejście pod dużym wiaduktem drogą 8/81, aż wreszcie docierasz do nie wiem jak to się czyta, bo to wygląda jak z francuska, prawda, w północnym Jamrock. O tej porze roku ulice są zamarznięte, skute lodem. Przechodzisz przez Main, nie wiem jak to przeczytać, Perdition. Dalej jest boczny zaułek i twoje ślady w błocie. Zinternalizuj. Okej. I co to ja wtedy mogę? Co to mi daje? Aha. No dobrze. To idziemy tak, do samochodu, prawda? W końcu trzeba dotrzeć do tego samochodu.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet.
To dziwne, że nie ostygnął, biorąc pod uwagę, ile ja tutaj zwiedziłem. Otwieramy drzwi.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Najpierw to.
This is the przez kinema, my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you'd like.
Odpowiada kiwając.
Motor carriage. Something bad with a motor carriage. A dark lump rises in your throat.
Czemu na dźwięk słów? Powóz motorowy, brak mi tchu, jakbym się topił. Możemy go wyłączyć, gdzieś pojechać, zmruż oczy. No dobra, ale czym jest ten powóz motorowy? Wszyscy policjanci MOR w morze mają takie czadowe powozy motorowe. Rozejrzy się jedynka.
Nothing. It's probably nothing. Forget I brought it up. Please proceed with the carefree lollygagging.
Ciekawe. Bym się dowiedział. Zmruż oczy.
The Caprice motorcar does provide most of our patrol vehicles, yes.
Okej. Czyli wszyscy. Motor Corp. Kupris Motor Corp. Dobra, rozejrzyjmy się. Wzrusz oczy, no czym...
A motorized vehicle, officer. I'm sure you are familiar with the concept. We've had these for nearly a century.
No właśnie. No nie chcemy nigdzie teraz jechać.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Najpierw użyję radia, bo tutaj jeszcze się okaże, że przesuwając podźwignię palcami uruchomię coś i mi odjedzie ten samochód.
The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then the soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
To nie miało być takie coś.
Dyspozytorny odbiór. Dzisiaj jest tu funkcją ma mieć poznać. Delta 10 zgłoś się. Tu ognisty odbiór. Nie no.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Możesz mnie... Zameldować, potrzebuję połączenia z cywilką, niejaką...
Just a second, officer.
Zacznijmy od początku, tak? Szum zakłóceń potrzaskuje cicho jak palona w ognisku. Ale co? Palona. Każecie czekać. Szum zakłóceń potrzaskuje cicho jak palona w ognisku. Jak polana w ognisku. Po jakimś czasie słyszysz głos witającego się starszego mężczyzny i jego chrapliwy głos jest dziwnie znajomy.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st, come in, over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard.
10-4, what's your status? Over.
Zakończymy sobie tutaj
Czyli
odcinek,
10:40,
weź,
10:04.
że znajdę. Możliwe, że jakbym
10-18, 10-20, over.
chyba, że nie będziemy mogli zejść, to zaraz się sprawa wyjaśni. Ale wyglądało, jakby zejście było. Ale może nie dla nas.
State your message, sir. Over.
Po co jakoś zejść na dół musieli, nieprawdaż? Ciekawa sprawa.
Kwestii osobistych?
10-9, repeat message, over.
Moja odznaka, nie mogę jej nigdzie znaleźć, zniknęła po prostu.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain, over.
Na pewno do góry.
Dzień 20.
1022, the captain. This sounds bad. Bad and scary. Like being called to the headmaster's office in school.
Nie sądzę.
Is it him?
Niekoniecznie
What does he want?
ta pierwsza opcja dialogu.
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
Papierosów będzie to oznaczać.
You what?
Właśnie nie tak
He lost his badge?
rygorystyczne podejście.
Who lost his badge?
Właściwie powinno być.
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
Dick Mellon.
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
W następnym odcinku.
Tracona tożsamość. Mówi, próbując nie wybuchnąć
Dick
śmiechem.
Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge.
O,
Defend yourself.
Coś wciąż
Immediately.
jeszcze się wydarzy.
They're laughing at you.
Pytanie co? Ja chyba za bardzo staram się tutaj eksplorować. Ale kto wie?
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Jaka droga mnie czeka?
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge. What's going on?
Na tyle. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-
Super cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge. He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Tam tu nie przyjdziemy.
Why? Did he find it?
Chociaż...
Sergeant Person was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it.
Tyle słyszysz śmiech.
Kurczę, sama nie wiem.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ciekawa sprawa. Z tej strony
Ask
mam
him.
wrażenie, że nic jest
Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
Może być bezpiecznie.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
To gorzej.
Już nie cofnę.
No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
Don't sweat it, Bratan! You don't need a gun to have fun! We can still have fun! It's not all over!
Ten krawat.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over. 10-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat please. Over. 10-9, come in, officer. Over.
No jak?
Come in, officer. 10-9, repeat message please. Did you misplace your firearm? Over.
Ja pierdziu, ale to wygląda.
He says he doesn't have it.
Dear God, he lost his gun? Oh my, I can't.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself, but Disco here made him piss his pants.
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his... Ask him if he still got his wiener.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia.
Now is a good time to say fuck and ass and so on. That'll make this all right.
Co to jest dostosowywanie detektora? Dostrój detektor metalu, aby wyłapać kruche struktury. To jest kruche?
That's a negative. Not going to say that. Over.
What's he saying? Share with the class.
He said he sodomized your mother.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. Some nerve he's got.
O kurde.
Sure her vanilla waffles were the only thing he ate?
Wyjść też nie mogę.
Lol.
Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. This is my mom we're talking about. Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims that you made about his mother. Over.
Spróbujemy jeszcze raz.
Do ognistego?
Że to niestety gra tutaj się zawiesiła delikatnie.
Dobra.
He says he's sorry and didn't mean nothing by it.
Okay. Tell him.
Tell him to find his goddamn badge and gun. That's the only thing that matters here. Satellite officer. 10-4, affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his firearm.
Oh, God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pidier, around a dozen cops.
Wokół funkcjonariusza łącznościowego Julesa Wyga.
The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, a buzz with laughter when Officer Judith Minnow enters. Her left arm is in bandages and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact. It's not good. He's lost his badge and his sidearm. He seemed confused, delirious even.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, all right. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. That was some gnarly shit there.
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain, or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to pull his shit together.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
No to dzwonimy do koleżanki. Ale w sumie tam w tym komisariacie jest przynajmniej dwójka ludzi, którzy tak jakby są po naszej stronie, w sensie no chyba znają nas, czyli naszego bohatera dłuższego czasu i nasz bohater tutaj raczej miał taki plan w takim razie, żeby się stoczyć. Albo ma taką tendencję do staczania się, w sensie do takiego wyskoku pijackiego raz na jakiś czas, no nie wiem. Tak to zabrzmiało trochę. Aha.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot.
Co jest?
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
Wita cię przebijający się przez zakłócenia głos. Masz wrażenie, jakby był 1 000 000 kilometrów stąd. Halo, to policja. Mam kilka pytań co do pani ostatnich dni pracy, Sylwii. Myślę, że już się znamy. To ja, detektyw. No nie znamy się, albo może i się znamy.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again. There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires.
To ciekawe.
People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
Używałem telefonu związku lub tego na wybrzeżu.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Potrwać.
Yeah, go on. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way.
Prawdziwi policjanci mają też mundury. No właśnie.
He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is.
Oh.
There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well. Others do it more casually. Looks like you're one of them.
No właśnie. Ja należę do tych drugich.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun detective. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and...
Sounds like it's going to be bad. Do you really want to know?
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
O kurczę.
Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food. I don't think he touched it after. People tried to back away from you, or even slip out of the door. But you screamed, I am the goddamned law, and you have to listen to me. You are all suspects in a murder investigation.
Me neither. No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns.
O kurczę.
It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask. I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags, when she was still working there.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skewer thing happened. Just made me want to quit.
Z wydrzykiem? Co to jest wydrzyk?
The stuffed bird, the great
Aha.
skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, fuck that bird, and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Zasrany ptak dostał, co mu się...
It was a pretty bird, there since I started working in whirling. I really liked her. We call her Scotty.
There's genuine sadness in her voice.
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place.
A, i to niedobrze.
I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you... Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now. We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there.
Jak bardzo da się zepsuć.
I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me, threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that. And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen.
O! To przynajmniej wiemy, gdzie jest prawdopodobnie odznaka.
I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. The ones I had to wrench out of your toilet. Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do.
She's worried she might have accidentally done something bad. Then she remembers it's you.
Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then...
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57's over and out.
Okay.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Uchwytam weź latarkę. Na razie nie.
Toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm.
No dobrze. Czyli teraz łącznie 5, 4. A ja mogę awansować.
Tak dawno nie słyszałem, tak dawno nie używałem, że szczerze to łatwo zapomnieć. No, w sumie to chyba tylko w urzędzie.
Logika. Pojmuj świat dedukcją. Aha, jeszcze jedno, sorry. Otwórz pojemnik na śmieci. Obejrzyj ciało ofiary. Znaczy, że powstrzymasz odruch wymiotny. Kto zawiadomił EOR? Szukaj dalej. Mimo braku tropów, ktoś zgłosił. Dobrze, zaśpiewaj karaoke. Dobrze, znajdź swoją odznakę. Nie jest do końca jasne, jak masz szukać Ktoś musi wiedzieć coś o tak ważnym. No dobrze. Ale nie, no poczekaj, bo nie doczytałem. Ktoś musi wiedzieć coś o twojej zaginionej broni. Może ktoś ważny w dystrykcie, na przykład wysoko postawiona osoba w związku, albo ktoś miejscowy, kto cię z nią widział, zanim straciłeś przytomność. Nieobecna barmanka z Willing? Może spytać też miejscowe. No dobrze, znajdź jakąś możliwą informację. No ale to gadaliśmy z Sylwii, ona mówiła, że gdzieś tam że gdzieś ją przehandlowaliśmy, tą broń najwidoczniej. Aha.
O, nie ma leczenia, ale... O kurczę, to wskoczyłem tam na grubo. Co my mamy z jedzenia? Na większe obrażenie ich wydałem. Dobra.
Próbuję ignorować leżący.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But he nods. He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave.
Ja mam jednego klienta, już tak w sumie dwóch, ale kontakt to jest taki typowo mailowy. No to maile to wiadomo,
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned.
telefon na żywo. To jest na tyle luźny kontakt, że nie podchodzi się, że o, siema imię, tylko siema, cześć. Próbuję dojść do tego, kiedy ktoś ostatni raz wrócił do mnie. Chyba urzędowo tak bardziej. Ja zawsze mam tak, jak firmę prowadziłem, to jest najlepsze podejście, ale starałem się wprowadzić w miarę kontakt. Może to jest mało profesjonalne, ale za to...
Ale co?
lepiej i mam wrażenie, że klienci, z którymi ostatecznie gdzieś tam dłużej współpracowałem, też się czuli lepiej. Raczej tak luźną formą. Sztywnych zasad, tego tak nieraz do niektórych firm piszę, z architektką na przykład rozmawiałem czy coś.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on, somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
To tak wywodzi się trochę z jakichś szkoleń PR-owych czy jakoś tak, bo
The door is closed.
tych firm PR-owych, z którymi mam kontakt, to jest zawsze dzień dobry.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Still no answer.
Ewentualnie jest cześć Kacper, nie? Faktycznie tam po imieniu, ale właśnie najgorsze jest to, że zakładam, że maile pisze się w ten sposób, żeby skrócić dystans, ale on jak...
Myślałem, że to coś wywoła jakąś akcję. Siema.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
Czemu?
Prod at him and find out.
Tak samo trochę jak z The Forest, chociaż Keeper akurat
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
To zaraz. Gdzieś tu jest pojem... To do tego pojemnika? Nie, nie?
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffiti.
Przecież, do tamtego. Nie wiem czemu.
This trash container, with a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaver in odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there?
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes. Written in a man's handwriting.
To są chyba moje notatki.
Is that your paperwork? It is. Look. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash? Understood.
Be untroubled. If anything, this small moment has made him respect you more.
No nie wiem. Kubek?
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
spóźniłem się.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Okej.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Do zakładki interakcji w twoim
That's one
ekwipunku.
thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Jedno z głowy.
You said you didn't want to talk about the ledger. However, now that you have it back, it would not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Officially.
No pewnie. Co to jest? Notatnik jest pełen tekstu zapisanego ciężkim, męskim charakterem pisma. Przyjrzyj mu się uważniej. Może dałoby się go wykorzystać do robienia notatek. A jak się wchodzi? Ten kubek z odłamanym uchem trafił w jakiś sposób do śmietnika Willing in Rags. Przedstawia osobę pochodzenia samarskiego z wystającymi zębami, dokazującą wśród krokusów z mało inteligentnym uśmiechem. To chyba jakaś tania podróbka antyku z epoki kolonialnej. Okej. O, mapa. Dobra. Spytaj Kuna, czy wie coś o ubraniach. Spytaj Gerta, czy wie coś o ubraniach. Przeczytaj swój notatnik.
Zajęcia są obowiązkowe, bo są jakby fundowane przez Unię, więc trzeba się z nich rozliczyć.
Y.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Okay.
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
No, to nie fajna metafora.
Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
No, temat paneli to też dość mocno przerabialiśmy. Mieliśmy ćwiczenia z tego i tak dalej.
Dobra.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard.
Jest
You can
fajowe.
take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Czemu?
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
Okay.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. You like this grimy murdering, don't you? It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. The tasks you've completed flow out of the pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any ideas? Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest one. The Hanged Man.
He really likes that name.
Thank you. I think so too. Good and normal. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from you. It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
No ty kurde.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
Autopsja
A dozen
polowa?
pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form, waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs, color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
No wiadomo.
The lieutenant observes you, raising and lowering the toilet waterlogged mass under your nose, trying to get a good whiff, a good analytical whiff.
Excuse me, I just have to ask again. How could you have let this get tossed out? Okay, no problem.
Odwraca się i zaczyna organizować własne notatki. Zaczyna zastanawiając się zostawiając cię sam na sam z twoim.
That smelly mess of paper in your hand is making him worry about the well-being of his own paperwork. That's all.
Okej. Okej, to było dużo. Okej. Dzieciak. Dużo informacji. Może nie do końca konkretnych, takich, żeby pomogły w rozwiązaniu sprawy, ale kilka rzeczy pchnęło przynajmniej 2 rzeczy pchnąłem do przodu. Tak jakby. Także zapraszam na kolejne nagrania, a ja tutaj sobie już będę kończył. Tylko sobie zrobię szybki zapis. I widzimy i słyszymy się następnym razem. Cześć.